Is Tyrese Haliburton the best player left in the playoffs? Today, Tyrese Haliburton was the main catalyst. After Game 3, he lacked aggression. Today, that was far from the case, as he dropped a jaw-dropping 32 points, 15 assists, 12 boards, with 0 turnovers. In Game 3, the Pacers largely lost because down the stretch they had no particular player to go to like they did with Nesmith in Game 1 and Siakam in Game 2. This game, it was Haliburton who stayed aggressive all night and locked in the most important playoff performance and win of his young career. This is something that we haven't seen out of him so far. He's played good in the playoffs, but not anything like this. He was not that great last game. He wasn't that good this whole series in terms of efficiency and shooting, but today he was efficient passing the ball, he was efficient shooting the ball, and he really just showed off why he is the main catalyst of this Pacers team and why they beat the Cavs and now are up 3-1 on the Knicks. Halliburton so far this postseason actually has struggled at home and done well on the road, so a performance like this in their own building was absolutely huge for him in the future outlook of this team. Largely, you can think maybe it's due to the fact that his dad was back allowed in the building after the incident with Giannis earlier in these playoffs and how he went onto the court in a box, so that won't be happening again, but good to see for him at least. The Pacers also did a good job down the stretch of drawing fouls late to stop a Knicks run. The Knicks kept looking in the fourth like they were going on runs and working towards a comeback, which they did, but the Pacers every time drew offensive and defensive fouls, foul after foul late, which really quelled the Knicks' momentum and allowed the Pacers to stay on top. The Pacers really turned around the offense from last game and largely did it by their stars being more aggressive. Haliburton and Siakam were the catalysts of their offense and propelled the Pacers to the victory with smart adjustments to their play styles. For the future outlook of the Knicks, they need to come out hot next game. If they want a chance to come down 3-1, the Knicks playoff run has been filled with dramatic comebacks, but that isn't sustainable for a team to win a championship. And starting a game better will be huge if the Knicks want to win this series. Climbing out of a 3-1 hole is incredibly hard, but with how close the series is, the Knicks are going to want to maximize everyone to get there. Josh Hart has had a poor series overall, and Thibs, if he's not playing well, he's going to have to look elsewhere, like he has with Mitchell Robinson going into the starting lineup and Landry Shamet coming in late. You could also look to Deuce McBride in the situation when Thibs was asked. He said he wanted size and shooting, which is why he went to Shamet. But McBride can also go in that situation, and hopefully if Josh Hart starts playing better, he could just go in there. But he's had a bad series so far. Hopefully he could turn it around. If the Knicks can feed off their two-man offensive game, that's going to be huge for scoring. The Pacers often are triple teaming Brunson early the whole game, and Brunson's getting his points, but he's not doing it too efficiently. If Karl-Anthony Towns can get going early, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, their other scorers can get going super early, they can kind of force the Pacers to stop triple teaming Brunson and worry about other players, and then Brunson can get going as well due to the fact that the defense won't be playing him as hard and having to play everyone else harder. So I think an early game strategy from the Knicks is going to be important. I think getting to their scoring early, like the Pacers did in this game, they kind of scored super well early. The Knicks were always coming from behind and were never able to take a lead very far or to take, the game. So the Pacers did a great job of, getting the early lead and sticking with it for the rest of the game. The comebacks are great, but they've had so many, and that's awesome, but it's not going to be sustainable to win a championship. You're not going to win a championship coming back 20 down every single game. This is going to be something that's huge for them. They're going to need Cat and Brunson to get better looks. I think Brunson can get very good looks if you pair him with Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson has done a great job so far of setting screens for Brunson, and also they're going to need to force turnovers. Haliburton, with the way he passes, the way this offense moves, they're going to need Mikal, OG, Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, DeLon Wright to start getting steals, stopping this offense, at least making them think about it, because obviously, you're not going to win a game off steals, but if you're making them rethink their passes, kind of getting less aggressive, letting them not be as free-flowing of an offense just because they have to worry about the steals, that's going to be something the Knicks are going to need, and they're going to need to take advantage of later in the series. So yeah, that's kind of my takes on Game 4, what I think the Knicks can do better, what I think the Pacers did well, and they adjusted from Game 3 with their aggression of the offense. Siakam and Haliburton were the main catalysts of this team so far, and they continued that this game. I think they're going to need to lean on their stars if they're going to want to continue this series, beat the Knicks in 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter if they get it done. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think, guys should go back in the lineup, perhaps campaign. But yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.